Today we're going to be taking a look at our finance overview. So firstly, what we need to do is make sure that we have a zone list set up. So we can go to configuration, lists and zones, and then zone list directory. As you can see, I have a few zone lists in here. The one that we'll be using is zone pricing. So I can click on that and then click on edit zones/suburbs. And a zone basically just holds a bunch of suburbs within it. So as you can see, I have all suburbs to all suburbs. So it will be really easy to put in a price. If we then go to finance, configuration and setup and then rate cards, we can take a look at how this applies within a rate card. So once we're in the rate card page, you'll be able to see that there are a few different kind of rates that we can play with. But in this example, we'll just be looking at customer transport rates. We can click on there, and as you can see, we have our zone list applied. And then we also have a few rate schedules, which allows you to fiddle with the date for different pricing. So if we click into our current rate schedule, you'll be able to see that a rate card is broken down into 4 simple steps. We have our service level, and then we have our freight items, which apply on the pricing in the back end. Then we have our zones, as explained previously, and then we have a flat rate, quantity rate, weight rates, distance rates, all of the fun stuff that you may need to be able to apply to a consignment. Now, as you can see, we have a basic rate here, and this will be the basic rate that will apply to the example consignment that I'm about to show you. So if I go to transport, operational tasks, and then consignments, I'll be able to click on any consignment with the customer name of Unified Logistics, which is what the rate card applies to at the current time. Then if we go in and take a look at our finance tab, you'll be able to see that we have a customer price. Now that customer price is made up of a base price, we have a levy, and we also have a tax. Now these are the 3 key components to our grand total of our customer auto price, as we don't have an additional service added, which is an available feature. I do also want to note that the levy and tax are adjustable. Now what you can do is click on the invoice number hyperlink, which will take you to the invoice in which this price applies to. Now on an invoice, to be able to send this out, you can simply close, and then you can either approve draft or approve and lock the invoice, which then sends the invoice via EDI through to an email or even just over to an accounts package for further adjustment. Now another fun feature is that you can actually assign an agent, and if that agent has a rate card applied, you can then add an agent price. So if we assign our current consignment over to our agent of Miracle Workers, we'll be able to see that an agent price is then added into our finance tab. Now this works similar to your customer pricing, it's just basically on the other end. So you actually do have an agent invoice, which you can actually look at by clicking on the invoice number hyperlink, as done previously with the customer auto price. And as you can see, it has the exact same feature where you close, approve draft, approved and locked, and then you can also have an EDI set up where it exports the invoice from the system. And that is just sort of like a basic overview on our finance operations. And this is just something that TransVirtual can do on a basic level. There are a few more advanced options available. Thank you for watching.